We're back, Red Eye Sports, episode 2, Sports Under the Red Eye. Yes, sir. Welcome back, man. We're here with a quick video for y'all. How's it going, Jordan?
Hey man, it's good, Brandon, brother. Chilling, man. Another day, another way. That's all.
That's it. We got plenty of content in the sports world that's been going on, man. Sometimes it seems like it's too much to cover.
Man, it ain't never too much. That's why they got us on the scene. It ain't never too much. We're gonna give
Right.
them the best of the best.
Bet. So the Houston Rockets have extended their winning streak to 4 games, including victories over Cleveland,
Two
Boston.
times. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yes, sir.
We just spoke on this on the last one, man. What you think?
Well, they were good up until last night. They lost in a 1 point game to Memphis. But regardless, man, the boys are playing great. They won out of 7 out of their last 10 games. I mean, and again, this team is young, man. They're looking good, and they playing some of the best teams. Like you said, they beat Cleveland not once, but twice. The first time I thought it was a fluke when Garland missed those free throws at the line at the end of the game.
Mhm.
I was like, that won't happen again. They played, I think, night after that. They bust them cheeks again, bro. Like the Rockets are just in it, and then the Celtics, the same thing. They playing in close games. They playing in blowout games. Now I don't know the teams that they're losing to. I don't know if they should be losing to them. I believe
Mhm.
one of their losses came to the Pistons, and
Yeah.
I told
Well,
you about the Pistons, man.
yeah,
I told
yeah.
you watch the Pistons. I mean, I could see them just staying around the 6-7 seed. Watch the Pistons, right? They lost to Memphis last night. Memphis is tough. Memphis, I believe, is sitting in the number 3 seed right now behind the Rockets. So, I mean, we anticipated a good game there. And again, it was a 1 point loss.
Yeah, and I don't think that anytime it's a 1 point loss, that does not reflect the overall of the team. Because it's a
Uh,
1 point loss.
I think it does and it doesn't, right? You lose by 1 point. I think it says the game was close. It was within hand. A couple of decisions, things could have went either way, right? A loose ball there, foul shots there. If it's a blowout, we got our ass whooped. Like we got to come out with a whole different game plan next game.
Right.
That's just my approach. I think it's a 1 point game. You think we were right there? You know, if we just did one or two things a little different, could have been our game. They look
Hey,
good.
man, it's a changing of the guard right in front of our face. You know,
Absolutely.
I thought personally that the Pelicans were going to be where the Rockets are right now.
Oh, but
I
the
seen
Pelicans
them, with Brandon Ingram, Zion. Then they
injuries,
added C.J. McCollum.
injuries.
Injuries, yes,
DeJounte
yes, sir.
Murray, and a prime example. You're right. They added
Mm.
DeJounte Murray, and he just last night tore his ACL. He done for the season.
Get out of here! I didn't see it.
Yes, man. They were playing the Celtics. Done for the season. I mean, I hate that for him because you let's put
Well,
it like this. Since Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, and DeJounte Murray got there, they haven't played one game together.
kind of
How,
like how Brooklyn with KD,
oh yeah,
Kyrie, and
with Kyrie
James.
and
Yeah.
James, right? Yeah, same thing. Injuries, like
But this the
injuries
thing as far as
for the season.
DeJounte, man. Godspeed with your healing, but this is
Please.
2025. The Achilles injury is not like how it was 20 years ago. So
Mm,
that's the good thing to look forward to.
right,
We done
right,
seen too
right.
many come up, but I have to accredit this to Ime Adoka. This is like I call it the Mark Jackson effect.
Mm.
How he started Golden State, he's away, but it's
Yeah,
still for some reason it's like they kept that whole little unit in their whole core, and it's just because it's not Ime. Well, Ime is there now, so it's like I got to credit the Ime because Steven Silas was there before, and it was like, what was you
yeah,
doing? You had the
yeah.
same
No,
talent, bro.
yeah. I mean, listen, he was there with Boston before Joe Mazzulla was there. We knew
Yeah.
the work he did there, right? I mean, again, it's kind of similar to Mark Jackson, where Mark Jackson did what he did with the Warriors, and then they kind of handed it to Steve Kerr, right? So Mark
Mm-hmm.
Jackson loses a lot of that credit. You know what I'm saying? But he changed the culture over there in Golden State. Now,
Yeah.
yeah, Steve Kerr's going to get the credit because he took him to the chip, but if there's no Mark Jackson to lay that foundation, I don't think they go. You know what I'm saying? Um, Same thing with Ime, man. Ime was same thing with Boston. He was there, he was tough. He changed the culture, defense, toughness.
Mm-hmm.
We see that with the Rockets. Rockets are going to be contenders this year. You
I
know,
see. I see them them and Memphis going head to head. I don't understand
Who?
Memphis being in the
Memphis. Yeah.
West, but it's like
Yeah, hey, we
whatever.
we we didn't create it, right? I mean,
Yeah,
they're Midwest, so I guess you I guess they
barely.
kind of sort of like yeah, they're right.
They're
You're
like
right.
6 hours from us.
Yeah, absolutely. That really real talk.
Yeah,
It is like 6 hours, but I don't. They consider it Midwest, man. I think it could go either way. Maybe they not like they need more teams over there. They big enough on that side.
but the thing about Houston is that they are in the West. So, do you see them coming into contact with all them other them giants up top?
I mean, I think they will. I mean, they have no choice, right?
Timberwolves.
You know,
Yeah,
but that's where portion of
Denver.
their losses have come from.
Okay, let
You
me ask you
know,
this: a 4 game series with Denver in Houston.
oh, listen, I think Houston can pull it out just because of the youth of Houston. Like, I can't see Denver running up and down 4 games. I can
Nah,
see the
nah, nah, nah,
Rockets
nah,
do it.
nah, nah. No, what they
I
got?
can see the Rockets. The
They
Rockets.
got Russ there too in Denver
The
now with
Rock.
this.
Yeah, but there's too much youth on the other side. I
Yeah,
was
it's too
watching
much
Joker
you.
play last night. He can't. You swing that ball, he can't get out to the wing from the middle.
But it ain't
He
about that
can't
no more
run up and
because,
down the floor.
but this the thing. Your center has to now come at the top of the key with me, right? And
Uh
we
huh.
seen in Indiana how fastball don't necessarily correlate to winning games because we don't even report on Indiana and getting up and down the court. And I was accredited to them. They're 19, 20 years old. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna
Yeah,
run.
now India's good, but India plays good defense, and the same thing here. And these
Yeah.
guys share the ball. I mean, look, I think I don't know if the Rockets stay at the 2 seed. I don't know that. Right? I
Okay.
don't know, barring injuries or anything, but I
Right.
do think they stay in the top five. Right? Whether they drop to four, they drop to five. I think they stay in the top five. If they keep playing the ball that they're playing, they're
Yeah.
playing good, they're playing tough, and they're playing good teams tough. You know, it's not like they're facing good teams and they can't beat good teams. They're beating them. They're beating them in close games.
Well,
They're
I
beating them
mean,
by a few
everybody's
possessions.
not fully healed. You know, we got the Clippers, we got Dallas, we got all these people that's not really
Look,
fully
and that's what I'm saying. I think they might drop a little bit, but I don't think they're gonna drop all the way out. They're still gonna be
no
contenders.
lower than 6, 7.
Yeah, I mean I would seven means that they're in a play-in tournament. I think they stay in the
Okay,
playoffs. I
okay,
don't think they reach
5.
the playoff tournament. So
Okay,
1 through 6 is safe,
yeah.
right? If we say play-in tournament 7 through 10, 7 through 10 play in the
This is
play-ins.
gonna be tough, man,
I mean it
because you
is
gotta put
because
them in the bracket. If you have 5, you have to put them there. But it's like then you'll forget because you'll leave somebody out. Because you
yeah,
gotta say
right,
Timberwolves.
right.
Who you
Because
got number one
Timberwolves.
coming out the? Who you got coming out number one today?
Number one is definitely going to be OKC. OKC is going to be number one, right?
Okay.
I don't know right now if anyone's going to beat OKC. And they haven't been all the way healthy. They're just now getting their pieces back. I think
Who's your
OKC.
2?
The two is where it gets tough.
Yeah.
Um, because
Denver.
because guys are playing tough, right? Denver is on a nice little stretch, right? Although I believe they also no, they won last night. They barely, but they won last night. Um, yeah, like Grizzlies are playing tough,
Okay.
right? And
Okay.
then we got Minnesota, who's they're finding their stride, right? Um, I probably say number two. I think I'm gonna give it to Denver. I
Okay.
think I see Denver making the push for number two.
And then you can go Minnesota. Minnesota 3, easy.
Ah, I don't know if I say easy, but I put them at the three because you still got Phoenix who's making a push right now.
Yeah, I forgot
Coming
about
out of
Phoenix.
don't sleep on Phoenix.
Damn.
Don't since they got Nick Richards, they finally got some type
Mm-hmm.
of decent center. You know what I'm
Post.
saying? They've
Yeah.
been making a little push.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can't sleep. Don't sleep on them. So I imagine them making a push. I think we'll see the late bloomers in the Lakers, who I think will kind of still be within that 7 to 10 range. You know what I'm saying? Because
You still
now,
ain't said Houston.
well, Houston. Oh, see, that's Houston. Probably. Well, I told you Houston 4 to 5. So I told you
Okay.
Houston no less than 5, right?
Okay.
Because I imagine some of these teams are going to make a good push.
So is that above or below Lakers?
Oh, I got them above the Lakers. I got them
Okay.
above the Lakers.
Okay.
Lakers, I think, are going to be fighting for the play, and especially with the injury to AD. He's out a week, maybe a little bit more.
And then
You know what I'm
you
saying?
got to
How
get it
much do they play until
customized.
he gets back? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to affect them a little bit. And then we
Mm.
can't Sacramento. You know, like the West is
Well,
just
no,
stacked.
no, we
The
well
West.
they're about to lose their momentum because De'Aaron Fox is out the door.
Oh, we ain't worried about Deron. We're not.
Nah, bro, because that was
We
the
not
engine.
worried about Deron. If he's out, let him be out.
I don't no, I'm talking about De'Aaron. That's the engine.
He ain't the engine.
Who
They
else?
allowed him to be the engine. Malik Monk is the engine
Yeah,
of that team.
he's a good complimentary. I don't think
and
he
and
can.
and he's complimentary because they were letting Fox jack all the shots, right? If you look at Fox's stats, Fox
He was
jacks
jacking him.
shots,
He was
20,
jacking him.
30
But you
shots a
know why?
game.
But you
Come
know
on
why?
now.
But you know
Come
why I
on.
give him. You know why I give him this credit because he did 2 3 year run of beating people to the basket, 0-1 flat,
And he
just
did.
just straight going
He
straight
did.
100 miles. He
But
did.
you're
Could
not a
nobody?
shooter. You're not a shooter, D.
No, no, no.
I
After a
like you,
while, it's like,
bro.
listen, I can't run my knees in the dirt. Let me create this jumper to. Hey, Anthony
But his jumper
Anthony
not
Edwards doing
really
the same
there though.
thing. You
His
said what?
jumper not really there though.
Nah, but
Fox's
you.
jumper ain't there. When Fox's jumper's there when he's driving to the hole, right? Because then he
Mhm.
feels good. He builds his confidence. When he's jacking threes, bro, you are not a Steph Curry. You can't shoot like Steph.
Nah,
You
not
can't.
no, not
You know what
yet.
I'm
But I
saying?
mean, he probably
Like
never
real
will.
talk.
Nobody will. Nobody, Steph.
I mean, granted, but I'm pushing the button a little bit. But he's not a shooter. But when your confidence is built and you in there and you busting them up, getting to the hole, then you like, oh, that shot goes in because you in a flow. You feel good. There's some confidence there.
Right.
He don't have that. Malik Monk,
No,
they
I
do
give you
better
that.
when Malik
He's a.
and Sabonis run that offense.
I think Sabonis is the best player on the team.
Oh,
Malik can
absolutely.
shoot. Malik can
100.
shoot, and he was a Laker. I don't know why.
He
Listen,
can shoot.
that's
He
another
can
question.
pass. He can hit the three. He can
And
rebound.
he
He
gonna
can
dunk on
defend.
you. And
You understand what I'm saying? He's gonna get every night. He could. I think he's like a joker. He can get a triple double every night if he chose to.
so
I believe
look,
he could.
let's transition.
Let's go Rockets.
NFL legend Troy Aikman.
Yes.
Call for improvements officiating, especially with the rise of sports betting.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, he
Yeah.
made a comment saying, that the game has come less controversial, the game come more controversial. Aikman said.
Yeah.
Um, he said, I think he was just at the point where it has tipped a little bit because the league is partners with a number of these gambling services. Here we're
Mm-hmm.
promoting gambling, and people are gambling more than ever. He's trying to say, the back to, and I'm glad you sent me that text
Yeah.
with the Chiefs and the
Yeah.
Bills with that whole first down. He didn't cross the first down, yeah.
I don't know, man. I ask those referees that got fired what they think now.
But just the thing, this is why I love Shannon Sharp because he made a great point. He said if they cheat for the powerhouse, why ain't they cheat for Dallas? Because they America's number one team
Yeah,
who make more than them.
Dallas ain't America's number one team. I wish they would give that title away. It has gone. It's
No,
over.
it is. They
I,
are. They
they
are.
no, they not. No, they
Yeah.
not. I think they just a face because Jerry Jones is one of those managers, those diva general managers, or I'm sorry, owners that got to be in the news for Dallas to be relevant. If he
Right.
not in the news, Dallas ain't relevant.
How about
If you
this
don't
though?
hear nothing about Jerry Jones, if you don't hear nothing about Jerry Jones,
Right.
Dallas ain't relevant.
How about this though? I think it's don't quote me. It was 06, 07, maybe 08. First game, Kansas City versus Patriots. I'm watching, ready to get smoked.
Uh
Tom Brady drop back. They dive at his shin and break it. Next thing
huh.
we come up with, shin dive and leg rule for the
Yeah,
quarterbacks, right?
yeah, 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 yeah.
So it we get it, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They try to I'm tired of this narrative. Like this is what I hate about social media. The comment section will run with a narrative before you know it, people online and major people will be like Stephen A said something about it. The
Yeah,
cheating. It's
yeah.
like, bro, where's the
I,
cheating?
I do believe that every game that we watch is not a pure game,
Okay.
right?
Right.
I can't tell you the number of games that there is or isn't, but man, I'm a gambler. You know that I love gambling on the game, even if I
Mm-hmm.
do know that it's coerced in some kind of way. But there's so much money invested in it, and that's why
Yeah.
I support what Troy Aikman said. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? He was like, "Do you know how much people gamble on this? The least you could do is get the call right." You know what I'm saying? You have all this
But
money
it
in.
didn't get to a point where we're getting the call right. It's just the people who are on the losing end are making much noise, saying, "Oh, you didn't get it right." It's like, hold
I
on,
don't.
y'all.
But because this, if that call goes the other way, is that losing team the losing team? You got what I'm saying? Call if football's a game of inches. We understand football's a game of inches. So if that first down was an inch my way opposed to his way, that could change the game. So I can understand why you
But
got some
there's no
people.
guarantee that he would have went downfield and scored and benefited from
There's
that.
no guarantee, but we'll never know because I didn't get the opportunity,
But if you
right?
ask me personally, and not just because I'm a Kansas City, the almighty Kansas
Nah, it's
City,
because you're a Chiefs fan. It's because you're a
almighty
Chiefs
Kansas
fan.
City fan, I didn't think he was there. His back, he was trying to create it, but it wasn't. Listen, and we just like basketball. If we review and definitively, we cannot say he crossed the line. He didn't cross the line.
See now, it at the point that that picture was taken, there was movement. So he could have went back and they could have pushed him back. His initial push could have got him over the line.
Now check this.
He didn't go to the line and turn sideways. He went to the line and then he got pushed
Now
sideways.
check
So
this.
it
Any other
could have
time,
got there.
no, but listen, any
He
other
could have.
time is a pushing situation with the QB. They ring the whistle immediately
They
because they
should have,
don't
and they
want that.
didn't.
Right, right.
They
So
didn't.
be normal. And just like when it's a dead stop and it's the quarterback, they normally, hey, stop it. We ain't gonna go because somebody gets slammed, dragged. So blow the whistle because he wasn't there. Y'all sit there and let him play in tug of war. If you ain't tush pushing, you can't sit here and nudge until no, the motion to
I
stop, bro.
I, I agree. Now
No.
the question goes that, but an official has to make that call because if we went back to the play, you'll see that two officials saw two different things. One
Okay.
official came from the
Right. I
top of the
seen that.
line,
I
and
seen
one
it.
official came from the bottom of the line.
Right.
So that means they saw two different things.
So
So,
so so even okay, so that right there is the definition of not definitive. That is the
well,
sole definition. It was not a definitive observation on both ends. Now, if both of them would have came in on the same end, I would have been like, okay,
and this is why replay is important because by the naked eye, and they maybe they should have taken it to a replay, and I'm not even sure if they did. It was hard to call either way. It was. It was a tough call.
okay.
But my point is in a game of inches, when inches matter, right? And you have a better or betters across the board that have money on the line based off of something that minute but yet holds so much weight. They got to get the call right. You got to
So
get the call right. It
they
doesn't
said,
matter because you know what they say in basketball, right? The ball never lies.
mhm,
So if the call was wrong and it was meant for them not to win, they wasn't going to win regardless. But they
right.
should have at least had the opportunity if they really did
But this
get
the
the first
thing.
down.
What you mean? Didn't the call go up to New York?
No, no, I mean New York makes calls any other time. Why
Okay.
not? Why not? They're not
Or
watching.
did Patrick Mahomes hurry up and hike the ball?
Yeah, I no, he hadn't been hiked the ball. I think there
Okay, well
was.
check this. Look,
I
they
think they
said
did review. I think
the
they did review.
NFL
It
is
was just a tough
testing
call.
Sony's AI Hawk Eye to enhance the first down measurements. So
I think
they're bringing AI in.
good. They need to, right? Because the game is a game of inches. You got to get that right. I'm not 100% on AI because I think like anything else, it can be manipulated, right? It's AI. It's a computer. Granted, it's meant to do something, but someone has to build it to do what it needs to do. So someone has control.
Let me ask you
Not
this:
them.
do Troy sound like somebody who placed a bet on something to win and didn't win?
Hell yeah! Why
Okay,
not?
okay, okay,
Hell yeah, he does. He feels
okay,
the way I feel because that's who else gonna say that? Someone that
okay.
lost some money probably wasn't his first time
If the
losing
Bills
money.
would have been rubbing it in our face, I wouldn't have heard a
No,
peep, a
because he
peep.
just like us. He's like, yo, I had my money
And
on
this is
that.
why I
He
don't feel
know.
sorry for them because y'all told us, yeah, y'all showboat in y'all stadium every year. Come to us. We
Nah,
came to you and whooped you and
yeah.
won the bowl. I don't want to. And listen, this is why I told him. I said, listen, I don't want to hear nothing about a rivalry with the Bills, North
Mhm.
Cincinnati no more. Find
Well,
somebody else
well,
to rival with.
The Bills haven't won. It's not a rivalry. It's hard to be a
But they try to
rivalry when
tag
you're on
on.
the
They
road.
try to tag that on us. The
Well,
rivalry with the
because
Bills and
well, they're trying with the Bills because they're coming up around the same time, the same era. The teams are good about the same time in the AFC. They're going to be battling each other. Same thing with the Lamar. They'll try to come. It's just what it is. You got the best of the best right now. Who else?
Find somebody else.
They got to get something out of it. They got to get something out of it, right? They need to sell. They got to sell you a story. They got to sell you something.
Well, find something else to do because it don't make sense. What's it? 7 years? Oh, that's not a rivalry. You never beat.
Man, 7
You got
years
a
and he
couple
keep doing the thing,
regular
man.
season wins, okay, but
Mhm.
when it counts, you and Cincinnati never show up and do nothing. I don't want to rival with y'all if y'all can't put up competition.
Well, I don't know. We got to see, man. We still got a big game to go. We still got a
Mm-mm.
big game to go.
You got to beat us in the playoffs and win the Super Bowl in
Eagles,
order for it to count. So,
Eagles.
okay, we're gonna transition again, man.
Let's get it in.
The Jets hire Tanner Eggstrand as their
Oh,
new
crap.
offensive coordinator, and I have
Let's
some
go Jets.
backstory. Right,
Let's go Jets.
he's worked with the XFL. Left, he worked with offensive assistant for the Detroit Lions in 2020. He was promoted to the coordinator in 2022. He worked with the Jets in 2025 as the offensive coordinator up under Aaron Glenn.
Okay.
So this is his offensive coordinator spot, brand new with the Jets. I don't know how can you mess this up. Well, let me be quiet because if Aaron is there,
But which Aaron?
the great, the legend,
Hey, Rod.
A Rod, yeah,
If he's there, what do you think will happen if he's there?
him and what's Tanner gonna have to have a talk.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
I, I,
Tanner.
I don't think Aaron needs to stay. Rogers, the great. That I don't think he needs to stay. I think
That,
he's done.
hold on, Jordan. Now we know as bad as he is, we know how it is to come across. He can take you to the Super Bowl today. You can't run across that. We tried Zach. What was his name? Zach
Wilson,
Wilson.
Zach Wilson. Rogers is done. But Rogers, I do. I loved him in Green Bay. I did. I was a fan of Rogers. Rogers is done. Like
Oh,
he can't. He can barely run. He's not getting the ball out. He doesn't have the velocity on the ball that he had that made him great.
what? Hold
I,
on.
I don't. I
But
don't
hold
see it.
on. You ain't said that about Russell.
Well, we've seen, and I never said Russell can get the ball like air it down the field, but he can get it down further than Fields.
I don't know, bro. You trying to tell me Russell can put it downfield better than Rodgers?
The moon ball, yeah. And the
You said
other
on the
ball, I don't
okay on the
know.
move. I don't
But
give him
he
on
could,
the.
but he could only get that ball to Pickens. That's the only person he can that ball to is
Well,
Pickens.
Pickens is special, bro. I don't,
And
that might be an
and
exception.
that's the only person he's doing that moon ball to. The rest of our receivers are trash. But look how many receivers the Jets had. The
How
Jets
about
could barely
this?
beat the Patriots. The Jets were struggling all year,
We
and they
will
had
we
A
will work.
Rod.
We will give y'all Juju
Brees
Smith
Hall,
Schuster, and we'll give you
Aaron
Hopkins
Allen,
for
Garrett Wilson.
Pickens.
No, we
No,
no, we keep it. I'm keeping Pickens. No, we don't want you guys. We had Juju, and Juju decided to leave.
hold
Fuck
on now. We can
Juju.
work something out with
Sorry.
that, bro.
Oh,
We can
shoot.
work something out with that, bro.
No.
Kareem Hunt, we can or P Ron.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? We can send a
No.
couple people your way.
No, we keeping Pickens. We keeping Pickens. Pickens ain't going nowhere. We're going to build around him. We just got to give him some help. He needs some help. We need enough. You hear me, Tomlin? Tomlin,
So as far as Tanner,
Rooney,
you think he got any chance to be
help.
successful with the Jets?
Um, I do. I don't think it's gonna happen right away, and I don't think it's gonna happen with Rogers. I don't.
Okay.
I do. I do. I think Aaron Glenn is gonna be a phenomenal coach
Hmm.
coming in. I think he's gonna be one of the best ones out of the.
Former player, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Former
I
player for
remember
the
him.
Jets.
I remember him.
Out of the six coaches that have been hired, I think he's gonna do well. I mean, I know we got some other ones. I think we get to talk about them a little bit later.
I hope they
But
don't Antonio Pearson because that I just don't understand that. I just
yeah, with the Raiders, right? I'm a
yeah,
little disappointed in that move. I do think
whatever.
Antonio at least deserved another year. I think what he
He was
did
turning
before
that
he
around.
left.
What was they looking at?
Yeah, I mean, they had a 4-13 record with crap. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't have a solid QB. They didn't
While
really have a
moving to a
solid
new
running
city,
back. You know, Devontae left to go to
hmm
the Jets. Your best, supposedly your best
Carr
player,
had got tossed out.
and he shipped out to the Saints. So I mean I think for what he had to try and keep them in the game every week, and there were some close games they lost. You know what I'm saying? I think that he deserved at least another year. Now, bringing in Pete Carroll, hey, is that a step up? Absolutely. You know,
Listen, Pete, it was over with when you didn't get Marshawn the ball, bro.
but you
That's
know what?
it.
I think that has something to do with sports betting. I do. I Why not? You know what I'm saying? But again, the things that we think should happen in the game that don't happen,
Yeah,
and we wonder why.
yeah, yeah,
What's the explanation?
yeah.
Troy, you heard us, right, Troy? Thank you. I hope they listen to you, Troy.
Hey, it's a couple NBA referees. I hope later on be some Tim
Woo!
Donaghy shit come out because
Oh, oh,
some of
oh.
them dudes like Scott, I ain't gonna say no names, but
Yeah,
be like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
whoa,
You know,
whoa,
you
hold
know.
on.
Chris Paul will
Okay.
tell you about a few. Chris Paul, no, you know what I'm saying. But again, the referees have so much power to change a game.
Uh-huh.
They have so much power to affect the outcome of a game. So I mean, if there are components where AI can come in and assist, I think that it's great. You know what I'm saying? But it's just it's as long as the referees, there's flaws. But I hope that the Jets show out this year. I hope that they don't have any trouble with officiating because I would like to see them find success.
I'd say Tanner, just get accustomed with the dude, Aaron, and just try to be a best fit, man. Because if you go against them, might as well, But we're gonna transition. We stayed in the NFL.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
The
yeah,
Detroit
yeah.
Lions quarterback Jared Goff is a part of bringing WNBA team to Detroit.
Yes, sir. Well, you know that they had a team there before, the Detroit Shock. The
Okay,
Detroit Shock they debuted out there in 1998. And would you believe that they won three championships in that time?
in
They
'98.
won. No, well, not they debuted in the WNBA in
Okay,
1998, but they
okay.
won three championships. They won one in 2003, 2006, and 2008.
Get out of here
And then they shut down the team in 2009.
because of the
Make it
economy
make
of
sense.
GM and everything. I mean, but you know when the when the
They
when the
winning.
distribute, but I hate when the distribution leaves Detroit,
Yeah, right. It affects. So I
and
so
you
I
all
guess that
right.
that that
Oh
was the
three.
main thing, right? If you can't afford to keep a team, you had to let it go. But they were balling out. I mean, they won just as many championships as the Pistons did. You know what I'm saying? And in a less amount of time. Are you kidding me? Like I
But
would have
it's
kept them. So I'm glad
so
that they're bringing them back. I am. Fantastic
it's
job,
a good
Jared
money
Goff.
move. It's a good
Yeah, it
investment
is.
too for him because imagine the percentage on that. I mean,
Oh,
it was
absolutely. And I mean,
it's
I'm thinking he's
great.
probably got a couple more years left in the league anyway before he hangs it up.
Well, after that
Um,
performance last year,
I mean, I think they'll be all right. I mean, these are the mistakes that make you great, right? Everybody can't be a Chiefs, right? Everybody can't be a Kansas
no,
City
but we
Chief.
but we give
Where
you
where you go three out of 4 years and you win, three out of them. It's just it don't happen. Every team isn't built like that. You know what
well,
I'm saying? So
we wasn't built like that. We had Alex Smith, we had Trent Green. We wasn't, but at the end of the day, he left a team to come here, and it's just like, bro, you got one more because I know the system. You
mhm.
have one more chance to do that, bro,
Mm.
and it's gonna be the Baker Mayfield route for you.
Yeah, but look at Baker. Look at Baker.
Yeah,
You
but he
can't
got
even
lucky
blame
because
Baker.
he's
Baker
Baker.
balling.
He got lucky. He had to go out there and audition. You know what I'm saying? Versus being like, "You're my guy. We're not talking
Yeah,
about
I
nothing."
agree. All
So
right.
he got one more chance because I know that coach like Stone Cold. He ain't he ain't
I
gonna get
don't.
him a quarterback.
I don't think he's got unless he has a horrible season. They're not. The guy is throwing over 4,000 yards. Right. He has almost 30 touchdowns. He's not. You don't get rid of someone like that because, like we said earlier, who are you going to replace him with? Right. If you saying you can't replace an A Rod, who are you going to replace Golf with? You ain't got nobody, so you're gonna ride it till it
It
can't
is
ride no
tough. It's
more.
not like how it used to be, man. You used to can name a few, bro. It's just like
No, they ain't out there.
they're not
They
out
just.
there.
I mean, it's slim pickings for real out there when it comes to quarterbacks. So I think if you got a quarterback, you hold on to your quarterback. It's not like the running backs, but I think that's going to change. But it ain't like running backs. With running backs, it's like we don't need y'all. Quarterback is the heart and soul,
Uh-huh.
the engine of your team, and you need one. And we can see that for the teams that don't have it. Giants don't have a quarterback. Trash.
Yeah, but they won't do right anyway if they did have a quarterback. So, but
Yeah, well, they need a line.
I
Fact of the
feel
matter is they
sorry for
need a
the
line.
average fan now who don't who don't
They need a
get the wit.
line.
No, I'm saying I feel
Don't be a
sorry for the
Giants fan. Don't be a
no the
Giants fan.
average NFL fan who don't get to see a real kickoff.
Mm-mm.
Whatever, like what this shit is now, it's
Well, I hope
like
they change it, man. I hope that. Well, they're supposed to be changing it. I'm hoping in the offseason
it's
that's
so
one of the things that they
nasty.
decide to do. But
But they got
Jared Goff, man, keep doing what you do. Great, great
right,
plan.
right.
Please bring him back to Detroit.
Detroit
And
shot that.
listen. If you guys get a chance, check out DYC, the Detroit Youth Choir. Brandon, they so dope. I watched
Okay.
them at the halftime show of the Pistons game. These kids sing and they dance all at the same time. The joint
Mm.
is crazy. Do you know how hard that is? There's a group
Detroit
of
Youth
about
Choir.
20 to
I'm gonna
30
check
of
them
them.
out. Okay.
DYC. Check them out if you can. Google them, YouTube them.
Right.
Dope. Real dope.
Shout out to Jared Goff. That's a good money move right there. Detroit Shock. I look at the emblem. I do remember them growing
Yeah.
up. Who knows
Yeah.
what it?
They went hard.
Yeah.
They went hard. 3 championships in what, 5 years?
And
Bring them
that's
back.
a shame. That's a shame. Ain't nobody keep it. But you know, when the market go down, people run
Oh
away
yeah,
sometimes. Yeah.
yeah. It's tough to do. I mean, I understand. I
Hmm.
understand. I wish they didn't, but bring them back. You see that? At least the women can win. Maybe bring back some energy for the guys. I mean, the guys is looking good. I think the guys are bringing some life. Again, a young squad. These young squads coming in trying to change the culture.
I was about
Um,
to write Cade Cunningham off too, man. I was about to
oh
write a couple of them off, but
no,
yeah, man.
no, young
Yeah.
dude, man. I like him. I like him a lot. I
Now
like
he's
him a
good.
lot.
He's good, but you remember Markel Fultz?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so
From drafted by Orlando. Yes,
yeah,
sir. Yep.
so that could happen, bro.
Yeah, and he has a much better shot. He is a way better passer, ball handler. I did like Fultz when he came in, but again, I think he's in a much better place, and he's got Bickerstaff, man. I think Bickerstaff is what they need over there. They need like some structure,
Mm,
you
how about
know.
go get the Kings coach, ex-coach? Go get him,
Oh,
Brown.
Mike Brown,
Yeah.
not yet, not yet. Remember we were talking about when coaches like kind of change the culture.
Hmm.
Let Bickerstaff change this culture. Just
Okay.
you know what I'm saying. So when you bring
Oh,
in the Mike
that's
Brown,
messed up, George. So you gonna
but
step and
but that
stool him?
but that's how these things work, right? Like
Right, right. You're
let
right.
him do that because you're right. Mike Brown may not be a bad move, but just like
Also, you
Mark
talking about this the
Jackson
Mark
set up the
Jackson,
cat,
Steve Kerr
yeah,
situation?
you
Okay.
set him up because now they get a Mike Brown. Now they already have. All right, we understand this culture of being so restricted. We got to wear a suit, tie, this, that, there. Then you got a Mike Brown that's a little more fun, but he's still strict, right? He
Hmm.
knows how to play defense. He understands his players. I think it changes the dynamic of them because they're like, we've been here, now we know how to play here,
Right.
right? With a little more structure. Listen, the Pistons, man, look. I want Detroit to come back to life. Listen, if you got some places where you want to buy some real estate,
That's what
Detroit's a
I'm
good
saying. I
spot.
don't understand why the team don't listen. We'll come here, invest in this property. So by the time we get this up and rolling and everybody
Oh,
in the county, right, you
yeah, it's
done
gonna shoot up.
tenfold in your interest. I mean,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
who
But let's go
knows?
Pistons. Let's go Detroit, and I hope they bring back the actual name of the Shock. Bring back Detroit Shock.
And we
And
got
we're hot.
the new Draymond Isaiah Stewart out there. You know,
Oh
yeah,
man,
a lot of people don't
Stewart,
want to bump
man.
heads.
Stewart is trip, yo. But
Yeah.
he's up. I like Stewart. But again, it's that energy, that toughness, man. I
Hmm.
like it, that grit. I think we talked about it last episode. I think
Yeah.
it's needed to win. You need that grit in
Because I
games.
seen him
You need
get
people like that.
elbowed and cut open, and he
Yeah,
ain't fall around the floor. And how about this? I've seen him hit some people,
yeah.
some legends, and I seen him roll on the floor.
LeBron, boy, they
Oh
him
well, I mean,
and
I ain't want
LeBron
to
get
go
into
say
it,
it,
right?
but I
Now
mean,
go ahead. Him and
yeah,
LeBron he was like, I'm not backing down, yo. I rock with Isaiah Stewart. I hate
that's
the
why I'm
fact
saying,
that he
hey, you
missing
cut
out
him open.
on
He ain't
bobblehead.
roll.
I heard he's suspended tonight for bobblehead night.
Yeah, yeah.
Dang, bro.
He's just
Detroit,
passing
they're
it, and
doing it
that's what
up,
they
man.
need. That's what they need.
Yeah, toughness, that grit, bring it back. That's what Detroit's all about anyway. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's what they're known for. So bring it back. Much respect to them. Much respect to Jared Goff, man. Good money move. Wish I was an investor.
I heard they be going at it with Houston too. They be putting Houston in their place too.
Ooh.
Detroit.
Houston, I told that was one of them that lost to. I don't
Yeah.
know how. I don't know if it's the matchup or the
Well,
guards
Cade said,
because Fleet can't hold Cade, and Cade is at the point. and I
right,
wonder if that's where it's at. Is
right.
the matchups just don't
Well, let
match
me
up.
tell you, Cade was number one coming out the high school and all that above Jalen, and he be rubbing it in his face. They got picture of him playing, but he's slapping him across the face.
What?
Little brother in him. Yeah, 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 yeah. So they
Wow.
got history on him today. Was like 15, 16.
Oh, so anytime they play, it's personal. It's one of
Yeah,
them
yeah, yeah.
rivalry,
And he
you
just
know,
letting you know, you
with
little
each other.
bro. You gonna have
Right.
to take
Got
this
you.
from me. Yeah,
That's what's up. Well, Jalen is looking good. I just want Jalen to learn to be a little more consistent. He has some games where he balls out for the Rockets, and other games I think he takes the back seat when he should be one of the leaders of the team. But
right.
that's all coming with time. You know what I'm saying? Again, they're a young squad, but they're looking good. But I didn't know that about those two guys.
Yeah, yep. Same thing with Russell. It's crazy that Jalen played in Russell Westbrook camp.
Now that I knew about. Yeah,
Yeah,
that one I knew about. And they're saying you can't be a little man me. Like, what's wrong
right,
with you,
right. You
bro?
played on my
He
team. You
was in
played on my
my
AAU
care.
team. Right,
But
right,
that's what it do. But again, the game, and these are the reasons why I love the game, right?
right.
Because even though you're a player, you're still giving, right? Through a youth camp, you bringing up these other younger guys that are looking at you, idolizing you. Then you get to play against them, man. I think some of those things are what creates the love for the game. Why people enjoy watching the game because of that. It's always evolving. The
We need
players
to
are
get it
evolving.
back in Carolina because we was once on top with this ball
Well,
from
and
college.
don't sleep on Charlotte. I think give Charlotte maybe a few more years. They become competitive if Lamelo Ball can stay healthy. I was surprised. The boy can play. The boy when he's
Well, you know what
healthy.
the problem is? They don't look at Charlotte as a market team. You know why? I think a lot of people don't go there and see that it is. You
Mm.
know, so it's the it's
Well,
the it's the
they
mentality behind the
they
city.
can't sleep on him, man, because
Oh no.
Them Canes here is good. I think they just signed a 20-year deal here, to stay at the arena.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, we can hold down a team. I know that we've tried to bid on the soccer team and we keep losing out on it. So I mean, we're definitely trying to bring something else back
And I
here.
want to cover Bill Belichick
Um,
in UNC
and
football.
UNC, I think that's a big move. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, man.
Yeah.
I think on so many levels, that's a great move for UNC. One, I think it is going to bring in some great
Do
recruits.
they understand who he is?
Oh, I think they understand because the
You
ticket
think?
prices just went up like a
Okay.
shitload. So I'm
Okay.
sure they understand. And if they didn't, they went to go find out
No, I'm
why
talking
my
about you
ticket
know what I
prices so
mean.
high.
You know what I mean though. Him as a personality, do they understand what they
I,
getting?
I I think they're figuring it out.
Okay.
I think they're figuring it out. I think the players will understand how football mentality and oriented this man actually is. I mean, he eats, sleeps, and breathes this stuff.
Yeah.
So
And
if
he
they
ain't about
get,
to joke with you.
I'm sure that they will. And I think that that's good, right? Because when you're trying to change a culture,
Mhm.
that's some of the stuff that you got to do. And I think it was a culture shock. Like, whoa, Bill Belichick. Like,
So imagine if he recruiting and he show up at your son, you walk in, pops like, son,
yeah,
is
we
that Bill
going.
Belichick?
Yeah, we going because
You
you
know
an
what, son?
automatic walk in into the NFL. We going,
One
we
phone
going.
call. Bill, pick up that phone. Excuse me.
And now y'all money, hello, because
I
Bill's
didn't
bringing
think
in all
about
of that.
that. I didn't think
Bill's
about that.
bringing in all of that. You know how many people start sponsoring you now? Oh
Mm.
yeah. So it's gonna do a lot for the game in UNC, and it's gonna do a lot for UNC. I'm with it. I don't know if I'm gonna catch a game. I'm gonna have to watch on YouTube. I
He
can't
done
make it
drove the
to a
locals out.
game,
He done drove the
but
locals out,
woo,
huh?
yeah, them tickets is like $600. Yeah,
What?
six hundred
They was
dollars.
like $85.
Five, $600.
Five.
$600.
You checked recently.
Yes, sir. $600. I'm good. Y'all can have all of that.
Yeah.
All of that. So that's the difference because how you gonna pay a man $10 million an hour? $10 million an hour. I
That's
wish. Ten
well. Hold
ten
on.
million dollars a year.
Well,
I'm
no,
trying to
we ain't
get
gonna.
there.
Now you can't pull that with me because
Yeah.
we be in Chapel Hill. We know when you look around, y'all got
Yeah.
that money.
Yeah, my man making 10 million a year. You of course someone gotta pay it. It's the ticket prices. It's up there. You ain't gonna catch me there.
I'll be
Maybe
at
I might
NC
win some
State.
tickets.
I'll be at
Maybe.
NC. Well, I hope
Yeah, I'm
NC
going to
State
NC
know
State
that shit
unless
is
they
over
playing
with.
state. Yeah, unless they playing state at state, I'll go there. But you ain't gonna see me in Chapel Hill. Nah, I'm good.
Nah, I don't want to be out there anyway. But it might be a change of guard, y'all. You know,
It might be at least for a couple of years. I mean, what he signed? He's at seven. I think he's got 7 year. I forget what it is. 7-10.
I
He's
think
got
in
something
two
like
he
that.
can do that with a good recruiting, and it's UNC anyway. It ain't like it's you going down. You know, to my hometown, North Carolina A&T. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying?
Uh-huh.
It ain't like they come there for a special reason, but Bill can walk in anybody's front door and be like, "What's up?
Yeah, and they come. They
I'm
going.
Bill.
They going.
Your son,
They
an
going.
offensive lineman. I'm Bill.
They going.
Son, if you don't walk out that door with that man, don't come
Shoot.
home."
Shoot, don't come back in this house. That's that's that's
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
that's a walking paycheck.
Mhm. Ah,
I don't know how he gonna treat you, but that's a walking paycheck.
like a
I
man,
don't know
like
that
a
part.
man. Like, hey, everybody said they would square up with you. None of that.
Mm,
We know Malcolm Butler. He was crying on the sideline, but Malcolm Butler don't want to tell you what happened the night before.
right,
So he expects you to be a soldier. This is just he's a general. Follow the orders, and he wouldn't have nothing to say to you.
right.
That's it.
Well,
Appreciate y'all
good luck
tapping
to
in,
you,
man.
fellas. Good fuck. Good luck to UNC.
Yeah, I feel like he might change around because Bill is a serious coach. So
Oh yeah. Oh no. And I mean, it ain't like they've been horrible. They just ain't been as good as they have the potential to be. So
no
I
recruiting
push for them
power.
changing.
Nobody goes to UNC for football. That we
Right.
just know
It no,
that.
it's all. You're right. It's
Yeah,
all basketball. Although the
yeah.
basketball's struggling, but it's usually always basketball.
They probably had Julius Peppers. They can bring him on the team. Do
Mm.
his whole little thing. They got Mike Vick, the coach for Norfolk State now. So I'm
Mm.
glad to see these little celebrity coaches.
Yeah, coming back, giving back. I guess same thing. Same thing with basketball. The
So now that you
evolution
say
of it.
that, I'm a Buffs fan. I was thinking now that you say about UNCG, I mean UNC, I can only imagine Buff tickets,
Mm.
Colorado Buff tickets. They probably at the what close to 5, 6 they self.
Because Prime, right? I mean, I don't know. I because they lost a lot of the players, so I think it'll depend on the players that get there. Because right now, the only reason you go is probably for Prime.
Well,
Before you had the Suns, you had
with a
Travis
quarterback,
Hunter.
they got
Um,
a 5-star QB replacing
oh yeah,
Shador.
yeah, yeah. I forgot he came from through the portal, right?
USC or something. Yeah, I think he was
Yeah,
supposed to be at
yeah.
somewhere
He
like
came through
that.
the
But
portal.
yeah,
Yeah.
I,
So so you're right. Yeah, it might be up there. It might, but hey, it might be
go to
better.
Well Off Media. That's Dion's
Mhm,
son, Bucky. Check out the
mhm.
quarterback. He got video and all that. He looks pretty good. He looks
Yeah,
good.
yeah. That would be
But
good,
before
man.
we
That's a
go,
good look for them.
who you got going in the draft? Between Shador, Cam, and Travis.
Well, I think all three gonna go.
Yeah.
Um, ah,
Who's your number one? It's hard.
yeah, it's hard because it's between Shador and Cam.
Okay.
Um, I forget who has the number one
Really
pick.
over Trav? If you were
Yeah,
GM, you would
because
take.
because I
Okay.
I think it depends on who has the number one pick. I'm not 100% sure who has the number one pick.
I think it's between the Giants, Las Vegas Raiders,
Did they not
Cleveland.
decide yet? Pick NFL. So the number one draft pick belongs. I think it is the Giants.
The Giants.
No,
Wah, wah.
Tennessee. Tennessee.
Okay. Yeah, I did
The
hear that.
Tennessee Titans hold the number one pick in
But
the
they can come up
2025
off
draft.
that. Somebody can buy that up off of them, or
Yeah, well, so now if they go, I don't imagine it. I don't imagine it being Shador or Cam. Um, but I also don't imagine Travis being the first one to go out, not at the number one pick. So to be honest with you, I don't know who my number one
but
pick
he's the
would be.
Heisman.
But I would believe the number two would probably be Shador, number three, maybe Cam. And if the
Okay.
Raiders, unless Raiders get that number one, I think if Raiders go number one, I think they take Shador. And then Cam goes second, I
And
think.
that's why I hate they let go of Pierce. That was the perfect man.
Yeah, but
That's stupid, man.
I think Pete Carroll will fit that system
Okay.
if they get a Shador because of
Okay.
what he was able to do with a Russell.
Right.
You got what just because he'll be a better coach
Right.
for him. I think that's a good move if he goes there. I think Cam Ward might land with the Giants. I don't know how much I like that for him
Mm.
because the Giants don't have a line, so I don't think Cam Ward. We're gonna see how
Well,
good Cam Ward is.
the good thing about that is we know they'll pay a quarterback.
They'll pay us up, but how long will he be able to stand upright? Right?
Well, I mean,
How healthy is he going to be?
your boy ain't stand up right long, and they cashed out.
Dan,
So
Daniel Jones.
yeah, yeah,
But Daniel Jones was able to take an ass whooping week in and week out. He took it.
Yeah,
Is Cam
yeah.
Ward going to be able to do that? Now, Cam Ward could sling that thing. He could throw the ball.
Well, he got the frame. He got the
You
frame to
know,
take the punishment. So he's not like he's a. I think he's bigger and than Jones.
yeah, he probably. But they need a line. Like they need a line. So I think it'll be good for him. I think it'll be good for Neighbors. I think it'll be good for the offensive core to get an arm like that which Cam Ward has if he gets to go there.
Yeah.
But I'm just worried about the health and how long he's going to be able to stand
I just
upright
feel like the
behind
teams who ain't
the
trying to
line of the Giants.
who in the rebuild stage. Well, I mean, that's a good spot for him because they can rebuild, and there's money in New York to put
Oh
that
yeah,
team together.
absolutely. And
Yeah,
they'll pay the offense. Forget the
yeah,
defense. They'll pay the offense.
yeah.
And they're going to need a quarterback for a long time. So if he is there, he'll get locked in. So that's what I think. If Tennessee does hold on to the number one, I'm not sure who they're going to pick up. I mean, Will Levis, I guess it might be their future quarterback, who I think is pretty trash, but that's me. I'm not a quarterback. I don't assess quarterbacks. I
We
just
see
look
this
what
every
if you
year,
buy
man.
quarterback.
We
Yeah,
see it every year.
year in and year out.
We see it every year, and I'm so tired of hearing these names. Will Levis. If you ask me, the quarterback for Chicago don't look that good to me neither.
Caleb Williams.
Yes.
Well, so the fact that you brought him up, I think we're going to see a better version of him, especially because new coach, right? So I want to say Ben Johnson, right, is the one that's
Hmm.
taken over
Yeah.
the Bears, and you know where Ben Johnson came from, right?
Was he when
Detroit,
okay.
Detroit.
Oh,
Right? So you're
early two
bringing that
thousand.
energy, you're bringing that energy over to the Bears. I think it's a good look, right? Same thing. It's some teams to watch out for. Mike Vrabel, right? I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
we're going to see a rebuilt New England, right? We got some, although he was Tennessee's old coach, he's
yeah.
going to come back. He got that grit,
But he's
reminds
really
me
a
of,
patriot. He's really a
oh,
patriot.
yeah, of course he's a Patriot. That's what he spent
Yeah,
his whole career. But
yeah,
he gives me that vibe of a Dan Quinn
yeah.
of Dan Campbell, right?
Hard
A
nose.
gritty type,
Yeah,
hardcore, tough,
yeah.
tough coach. They need that. So we got Pete Carroll going to the Raiders, Ben Johnson Bears.
And
We
God bless
got
his
his
heart.
dudes,
He had
the Jazz.
Mariota.
We
He
got
had
Aaron
Mariota.
Glenn. No, you know who needs to bless their heart? Dallas new coach Brian Schottenheimer.
Oh, Schottenheimer, bless his heart, bro.
That was the worst gig. I wouldn't have taken that. He's gonna get eaten up, right? I don't even know if he's gonna last a full year.
Well,
I
I
don't.
mean, depending on who's the offensive coordinator,
I think they keeping the same offensive
they keeping it.
coordinator. I
Well,
don't.
I mean,
I don't think they changed them.
so it's plug in and plug out, bro. It's not even.
Essentially, I don't. But
That's the
they were
spokesman.
7-10. Out of all the coaches that got fired, they had the highest record at 7-10. Most of the other teams were 4-13, 5-12.
Yeah, poor Mike. Poor Mike.
Now Mike was like, I don't want to deal with this shit no more. He's like, I'm out. Like I don't want to do this. Like screw this team. Now you're gonna keep talking about me. I don't. It's because there's too much pressure in Dallas, right?
I mean,
Because your owner talks so much, the
uh-huh.
expectations are so high. You don't have room for error. You don't have room for mistake. They not like the Steelers where you can make a mistake and we go ahead keep building on it. We're gonna give you a chance.
if
It
he
ain't
can't,
none of
if
that.
he can't create the business idea and go through it with it, he don't want to do it because Derrick Henry was screaming, "Come get me, come get me."
Yeah,
They
and
looked
he
the other
didn't want.
way.
That's a Jones call. That's a
Okay.
Jones call. That's not. I'm sure McCaffrey would have won. Why you bring back Ezekiel Elliott for what? He's so washed up. Why is he there?
Nostalgic reasons.
What? I
Nostalgia.
don't even
Just
know if he ran over 200 yards. Like, why was he there?
you know what? It ain't even him. When they did DeMarco Murray like that, that broke my heart. You know.
Oh,
Yeah.
what
Ran him.
happened?
He had they man. He ran and broke numbers. They ain't give him the contract.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like,
Well,
bro, y'all, come on. DeMarco was running for y'all, man. Like,
that's. Oh, you talking about Murray, the big back,
yeah,
big
the
dude.
big bag.
I got you. Yeah. Solid. Yeah, he went. He ended up. Did they get him from? They got him from
They
Raiders.
let him, yeah, they let him go, and
Did they let
they
him
did
go?
right by Tony Pollard. I love the fact that they did right by Tony Pollard because I
Yeah,
like
but
him.
he's injured. He got
Yeah,
injured, right?
he's
And
injured.
that's what hurt him. But
Yeah,
Tony Pollard, I think, would have been the good replay. Him, I think Tony Pollard and Dowdle would have been a good back, two back for backfield for you, right? Instead of
is it Dan
Ezekiel and
Quinn
Dowdle.
out there? I don't know what he was seeing when he was having Pollard two coming out of with Zeke. I'm like, what part aren't y'all
Yeah,
seeing that
those their styles are two different styles. I mean, Pollard was everything. He was
lightning?
receiving back. He can hit
Lightning.
the hole. He has some speed. He has some power. Like he just got injured. I think that's the only thing that
Hey,
hurt him.
Paula,
But
don't worry about nothing.
Tennessee paid
Listen,
him. Tennessee
you
paid him. Well
you
done,
want to come to
Tennessee.
the Almighty Chiefs? We'll take that Lightning.
Nah,
Just,
man, keep
just
Pacheco. Don't take that away from Pacheco.
nah,
Let
nah,
Pacheco
nah.
get his season back,
You
bro.
know
He gonna
what? I
come
want
back
to. I
crazy
want to
next
go
season.
back to the two back systems like we got P. Ron. No, Pacheco can be one. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? But I want to let Kareem go, keep P. Ron third down, and implement Tony for that
But the
one
problem
two.
is they don't run with P Ryan. They really just throw the P Ryan out of the backfield. They rarely run with
I
P
mean
Ryan. The
third down
running
because he's a
backs.
body. He's a body.
Yeah. When he catch that ball, he can catch it. But they don't really let him run. I mean, he could run. He may not. I don't think he has the same physicality
Okay,
as
how
a
about
Hunt.
this? If Kansas City was cheating, why did they run man on a third down?
It's not. It's not. I don't think it's Kansas City
No, no, no,
is
no, no.
cheating,
We
right?
gonna stay. We gonna stay with that one.
But
Baltimore.
it's not. It's not Kansas City cheating, right? People are cheating for Kansas City. There's a difference, right?
Okay, but
Remember,
listen,
because
why did
Kansas
the
City can't control the outcome of the game, but a ref can,
as a
right?
defensive coordinator for the Steelers, are you calling man to man third down with Patrick right there?
I would probably call a man to man, although we
Mm.
typically don't play man, we play zone, and I would put a spy on. I would put one to contain on one side, and I would put one of my other guys to spy the quarterback, because that's how you have to play Patrick, right?
They
You
beat
got to try and
theyself with
brace
that.
him. Yeah, but that's what you got to do, right? You got to try and spy him to make sure he don't get upfield, and you got to try to contain him because he'll break out the pocket.
But I agree with what
So
you're saying, but they didn't leave a spot. They just played man straight up.
no, well, they didn't because they figured they probably could get enough pressure on him, and they didn't have a spy. So,
And we ran a
maybe he thought the
diversion.
pressure could get to him, the pressure,
We ran
and
a
it just
diversion. It
didn't
was
happen.
pressure, but we ran a diversion to the right. Ball going to the
So,
left.
and that's what makes Andy Reid one of the best coaches ever. Play call. He's great with it. He's he has all these little gadget plays. He knows. He
So we got
knows.
less than what this week we got Super Bowl coming up, right?
Yeah, it's this week, man. Well, technically next week. It's next week, and I
Yeah.
already know. I mean, I told you who I'm already going for. I don't know if I'm changing.
Yeah. Yeah, I
It's
understand. You
the
going for Philly. I understand it, man.
it's
Saquon
it's
scared
gonna
you.
be. I don't even know if this is an Eagle move, but this is what I got going on. I got
Hey,
I got them
listen.
Eagles, man.
Excuse the
I
blue,
got them
but you already
Eagles.
know. You already
But it's
know.
gonna be a hell of a game. I told you that. I don't. I think it's gonna be one hell of a game. It's gonna
New
be two
Orleans,
of
what
the
do you feel
best
about
teams.
that? Like,
About
I
what?
don't know. In New Orleans.
Well, I think it's great. One, because weather isn't a factor, right? Because they play in the dome. So I think that's good. That's probably about the only reason I think it's good. I don't care about Kendrick Lamar. I wish they would have had Lil Wayne. No offense, Kendrick.
There
No
we go.
offense,
East Coast
please.
politics. That's right.
Please. I
East
just
Coast
want to make
politics.
sure it's clear. I'm not like us. I'm like you. I'm just, you know.
I mess with it. I'm just a Wheezy fan, so it is what
Yeah,
it
you
is,
know what I'm
man.
saying? But I just
Yeah.
think it was his hometown. I think that he should have been able to get. I just think his catalog was a little bit
Well,
better.
people will fight you with what's popping and trending right now. We get your yeah, but
Yeah,
they saying this is trending millions and
yeah.
millions. So
But I would think that a Super Bowl would be about entertainment. And when I think of
hmm
Kendrick Lamar songs, I just don't think of entertainment. I think of I want to beat you up type music. You know what I'm saying? To
but we
stomp you
know,
out.
yeah, on the East
You
Coast it don't
know,
necessarily correlate that
yeah,
like that.
you
So
know what I'm saying? Because you got
yeah.
to imagine how many people are watching the Super Bowl. How
hmm
many across the world, across the United States? How many people watching? Black, white, Asian, Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying? Purple, pink, green.
Well, I just say Lil Wayne don't have nothing to compete with, but they not like us right now because he got the kids to the old folks with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So
Well, not like us. It's just because I think it's talking about Drake. Yeah,
yeah,
I think, but I mean,
right,
think
right, right.
he could thank Drake for putting him on the map for this.
Without that, we wouldn't be here. And you're
Yeah, we
right,
wouldn't
man.
be here. That's really
Right,
all it was.
right, right,
So I'm sure it's gonna. I'm looking more forward to the game than the halftime show. I hope Kendrick proves me wrong,
right.
but regardless, it's gonna be a hell of a game. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs pull it out with a three-peat, make history. That would be great
Yeah.
too. But I'm pulling for my Saquon. Um, I know
I
he's
say
not a
34,
Steeler.
32,
But
Kansas
yeah,
City.
it's gonna be just that close. I'd even imagine a field goal. Like I just if it's up to me, I'd probably say 31-28. Yeah, just that close. I think it's a one possession game. It definitely ain't no blowout.
No,
And I just want the best team to win, and I'm sure they will. But
that's
man,
it.
It's gonna
That's it,
be
man.
it's gonna be it, man. Ah, looking
And
forward
we
to
thank
it.
y'all, man. Thank y'all for paying attention, tuning in. Just Red Eye Sports, Sports Under the Red Eye. Until next time, y'all hop in the comment section, like and subscribe, like I said. Until next time, man.